Welcome back to Big Nick's Meats and Treats. Today I'm going to do a quasi-scientific experiment. I have two pork roasts that I cut off the same loin, and I'm going to inject one and I'm going to brine one, and we're going to see which one comes out better. So let's get into this. Like I said, I'm wanting to do an experiment between brining and injecting. I do a lot of brining with pork and poultry, but I don't do that much injection. And I have an injector, but I haven't used it that much. So I want to do a test here. I cut two pork roasts off of the same loin. They're fairly close in size, not exactly, but I'm going to brine one with the typical apple juice brine that I use on everything. I'll put it right up here and list all the ingredients out so you can see what it is. But I've already made the brine, so I'm gonna put the pork roast in a bag and pour the brine over it. And I'm gonna do both of these for about the same amount of time. I'm gonna leave this one probably in the brine for 5 or 6 hours, and whatever time I do that, I'm gonna leave this one with the injection. So now the injection is not the same ingredients as the brine, and I'll list those right over here. So I know it's going to have a different flavor profile, but what I'm going to do to keep them as similar as possible is, like I said, I cut them off the same loin. I'm going to cook them on the same smoker. All right, I'm going to go ahead and inject this second pork roast. So like I said, it's different ingredients. I know the flavor profile is going to be different, but what I'm looking for in the comparison is not only taste, but I'm looking for tenderness and moisture. So I want to compare the two and see which one we like better. So I'm going to go ahead and inject this. This is a Grilla Grills stainless steel injector. Same company that makes the 2 pellet grills that I have. And this thing is seriously heavy duty. I mean, it looks like it's a serious injector. So I'm going to go ahead and suck up some of this injection. And then I'm going to go ahead and start injecting this pork roast. And I probably want to inject it until stuff starts to squirt out. You'll see it bulge up a little bit. Like I said, I've done some of this on turkeys and chickens, but I've never come up with a great brine recipe or a great injection recipe that I liked. So I found this one online. I'm anxious to try it out. It's got a lot of pineapple and juice in it, which I think is going to be great on pork. So I'm looking forward to trying that. I want to try and get as much of that injection in there as possible. And like I said, I'm going to go ahead and let this sit the same amount of time as I do the other one in the brine. And then we'll put them on the smoker tonight and make a determination which one we like better. I think that's good. I got a lot of injection in there. All right, so I'm going to let these sit probably for about 5 hours or so, and then we'll get them on the smoker tonight and we'll let you know how they come out. Our pork roasts have been in the fridge for 5 hours in the brine and the injection. On the brined pork roast, I took it out of the bag, rinsed off the brine, and I used a very, very, very light coat of smoked salt on it because there's so much more salt in the brine. I didn't want to put a lot of salt on it, and just some black pepper. On the injected, I put a light coat of smoked salt on it and black pepper. And I'm going to go put these things on the smoker. We're going to cook them at 325 over hickory. Let's go out and do it. Okay, I have my smoker at 325. I'm using hickory pellets from Bear Mountain today, and I'm going to put both pork roasts in there at the same time. Pretty sure the smaller one's going to get done first. I'm going to cook those at 325 until they're about an internal temperature of 150, so we'll see you then. All right, our brined pork roast, which was the smaller one, is done, and I've been letting it rest now for about 20 minutes, so I'm going to go ahead and slice into this thing and see how it looks. Looks like it has plenty of moisture. Take a couple of slices off of this here. So it looks like there's quite a bit of moisture on the inside, which is normally what I get with the brine. I'll take a little taste off of this. Yeah, you can see just on the slice how much juice there is. It's nice. I'll take a little bit of bite off this. Super moist, plenty tender. Yeah, just look how shiny that is. That's good. I've really had good luck with the brining, and that's one reason I do it. I'm super anxious to see how this is going to compare to the injected one. It's still got a few more minutes to go on the smoker. Then I'm going to let it rest the exact same amount of time, and then we'll slice into it and take a look at it. We'll see in a bit. Our injected pork roast is now rested and ready to be sliced into. So let's take a look. Oh boy, look at all that juice. There's a lot of juice in that foil. A little darker on the outside, and I think that's probably a function of all the sugars that are in the pineapple juice. So let's take a look here. Pretty dang juicy. Pretty dang juicy. I'm curious to see here how this tastes compared to the brined. Definitely sweeter. You can really taste that pineapple juice. Not as salty. The brined definitely has a little saltier, and you don't have to put any salt on the outside because the brine is saltier. I probably could have salted this a little bit heavier, but it definitely has a nice sweet taste. I'm torn. I was pretty convinced that the brining was going to be better. I'm torn. I might have to do another one. So in the battle of pork roasts, as far as brining and injection, I'm going to call it a tie. All right, the three things that we were looking for here to do the comparison in were taste, tenderness, and moisture. And I'll have to say, as far as taste goes, the injected pork roast had better flavor. Now, I knew going into it that it was going to be a different flavor profile because it wasn't the same ingredients. But both myself and the commander preferred the injected pork roast. The sweetness of the pineapple really added a lot to it, and I really like that a lot. As far as moisture goes, the brined pork roast was superior to the injected pork roast. It was just more moist. As far as tenderness goes, I'm gonna call it a dead heat. So no clear winner here, no clear winner. We're gonna be doing some more brining versus injecting and some other meats coming up before too long, and some additional videos coming out. Tell your friends and family about us. Give us a like and a subscribe. And until I see you next time, watch me work, baby. Watch me work.